6, and he had that record, but now David has it at 51 points. One last award. Again, parents, I wish I could give them all an award. They all deserve something other than just a certificate. I would hope that you guys frame these things. That's what I did. I framed everything. I got it. My mom made me a really nice scrapbook. I could go back, look at it. It's kind of neat to reminisce a little bit and to remember my friends that I grew up with. But this Sixth Man Award really means a lot to me this year.
Okay.
This young man's a senior, you know, and I remember him coming to me. He's like, he just flat out asked me, you know, Coach, do you think I could start? And I just had to tell him, I said, right now I don't see you starting. You know, I thought that was the honest thing, fair thing to let him know straight up. And I know it kind of hurt, and then we talked a little bit, and I can't remember the whole conversation, but I remember the point was, you know, do you think I'll start? Or then it went on to, do you think I'll see the floor? I mean, who does not want to see the floor, especially as a senior? Then he come back to me 2 or 3 times, and then one of the things was, Coach, I got it figured out. Because I challenged him, I said, how can you help this team? And then he come back, and he had a whole list of things on how he can help the team, whether he's on the floor or not. And so he told me, he says, Coach, you know, I can tutor. I can make sure these young guys, some of these guys struggle with grades. He doesn't struggle with grades. And he says, I can tutor, I can go to their teachers. And he did that. You know, he's helping guys that are playing above him and making sure they're eligible to play. I don't know about you, but when I was in high school, I'm not sure I had the character to do that, you know, because I wanted to play. But he did that. In practice, he just practiced as far as he could. He'd knock guys around, and when those guys would whine and cry about it, he said, man, I'm just trying to make you better. I'm just trying to make you better, trying to get you ready for the game. I don't know how many times, he probably has better form than I had as far as shooting a basketball, but I see him out here all the time working with the guys with their form and how they shoot a basketball. They'll give them tips, and then they'll come back and they're like, you know what, he knows what he's talking about. I'm like, yeah, you need to listen to him. But the best story I remember was last year, and it was sectional time. I think I told this last year, but you know, we can only dress 12 guys when it comes to a sectional time. You can only dress 12. I would dress everybody if I could. But so we had guys to set out, and so, you know, he didn't dress as a junior. So I called him late one night because it was on my heart, and I wanted to make sure he understood why that was. And the whole time he was like, Coach, you don't have to explain that to me. He goes, whatever you decide. He goes, of course I'd like to dress. But whatever you decide as a coach, I will back that. And his last words were, Coach, I love you. Don't worry, I love you. And our Sixth Man Award, hands down, is Justin Cunniff. I told the ball team at the end of the season, I think Justin can make a great coach. I do, but you know what? I didn't get to thinking about that comment after I said it, but it doesn't matter what he does, he's going to do well because he puts others first.